Hi, I'm Tim from Wildlogs Ventures and welcome back to this channel. Yeah, today I feel as fit as a fit and ready to climb that hill. Anyway, we'll be talking about bike fitness. So, how to get the right bike size, how to put yourself on the bike and get the right fitting for yourself. Okay, let's dive into that. Yeah. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe down there and follow us, share, comment. Let us hear your thoughts about the topics that we'll be sharing on this channel. Okay, today we'll be diving into this topic that has been asked so many times. How do I get the right setting? How do I get the right fitting for my bike? I'm on a bike and after the ride I feel tired. My back ache, my shoulders, my arms, my feet. I can feel even some other parts that are not supposed to be hurt. So today, let's dive into that and make sure that you have the right setting for your bike. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have the settings that are necessary for your bike. But first, there are those people who adjust their seats. They get a comfortable seat with a lot of padding. The comfortable seat, well, it's good, but at the same time, when you sit on a seat that is too cushy, your bones tend to sink into that seat, and at the end of the ride, you'll be feeling a little bit tired. So you need a much firmer, sportier seat. I'll show you on the next clip. Okay. For today, let's just go direct and show you what the settings that I do so that I can be able to achieve the right setting for you. Okay. Now we have several parts that need to be adjusted. One, we have the saddle and the stem, and even maybe I can be able to say the seat post, so to be able to achieve the right fitting. Now there are several seats that or bikes that need different adjustments. There are those that have a quick release where you can be able to open very easily without needing any tool, and there are those that need an Allen key or an Allen set to be able to open the seat post or the seat adjustment, and there are those that you need like a wrench or a spanner so that you can be able to adjust the right kind of setting for your seat post. So that is the part that you need to adjust, one of them, so that you can be able to either adjust the height or make sure that the sitting position is correct to your height, so that once you stand next to your bike, it's supposed to touch at your hip. The seat is supposed to be above your hip slightly, so that can be the right position. I can be able to say so, but you can be able to adjust accordingly once you get on top of the bike, as the bike fitters normally do. Next, we're going to see there's seats that have a quick release under the saddle, where you can be able to open up and move the saddle either front or back, so that I can adjust your setting for your sitting position towards the steering, so that you don't have to strain your back. And then so those are some of the things that need to be adjusted when you're doing the sitting position, the seat post. Now once you get on the bike, make sure you have a straight line from your hip all the way down to your heel. Make sure it is not your toes but your heel, so that's to the pedal of your heel. So sit on the bike, make sure that your heel touches your pedal on a straight line from the hip joint, I can say at the hip joint, and all the way down to your heel. Next, after you've done that, now place your foot on the pedal, touching it with your toes, because normally I see people tend to ride bike with different feet. You can be able to see someone riding the bike with the foot at the middle, another one at the back. That is not the right. The best position for you to have a good riding position for your foot is at the toes. So make sure your toes are the one or the back of your toes is the one that is touching the pedal, so you can be able to have an easier ride to the pedal. And when you're seated on the bike, make sure your foot are touching with your toes. you don't have a straight foot all the way down, or a straining foot that makes you look like someone who is wearing a heel like this one. Make sure the correct setting is this, so that you have that angle that is the right and the best position for you to have a good comfortable ride out there, so that you don't have achy feet or achy legs in the evening. So the other part now we're going to see is from the shoulders all the way to the steering or the handlebars. That's what we are going to see. And once you sit on your bike, make sure your hands are not so pulled out front, or they're too lagging or slouching. Don't be sleeping on your bike. Just have a comfortable feel with an angle like this, so that you can have a good ride out there. Make sure your arms are not too straining on the steering. If it is straining, you can adjust either the stem, or by using a quick release at this part, or you can be able to adjust there are those that have different stems. There are those that have a stem that locks to the fork, and there are those that have a different different stems. So make sure that you have the right setting from the shoulders all the way to your hands. The handlebar, it shouldn't be so out front or too back front, so that you don't slip on the bike, or you don't strain pulling out the bike. It will give you a hard time riding or having a good ride out there. So make sure that you have good arms, and make sure this is the position that you have set your bike, so that you have that small angle, or that small angle that is necessary. You from the shoulders all the way to the handlebar. If you put a ruler there, it's supposed to form a 90-degree to your back. So make sure that is done, or you can ask a good bike fitter, which is going to cost you some few shillings. So once you do the 3 steps, that is the saddle, the seat post, and the arm or the shoulder setting, you're good to go. So that is the only I can be able to say that is the best way to be able to fit yourself on a bike and be able to get a good ride out there. So until next time, subscribe to this channel, share, comment, leave down anything that you want us to share on, or anything that you want us to talk on, or you can be able to just let me know what you want me to help you with, and I'll be able to give you the right directions to that. Until next time, this is Tim from World of Adventures.